All right, welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. Wellness check. How you doing? All right, amazing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. An incredible lineup of guests, and I am so thrilled to have a husband and wife team here. They are making incredible changes, powerful impacts on people's lives in the community. So please put your hands together and meet Shanna Kay and Travis Stevens. Welcome them to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And I want to say again, Shanna Kay, Travis, thank you so much for your support of the show. I truly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I don't take it for granted. So thank you. And I just want to welcome you. And I just really, really happy that you're here. So tell me a little bit about your background leading up to where you are today. Shanna Kay, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so I'm currently a social worker and therapist, but prior to that, obtaining the degrees to be able to practice in this capacity, I was the go-to counselor in among my family and friends group.
So you were a counselor before you became like,
absolutely.
you went to the school for counseling,
yes,
right?
Yes. People came to me for listening ear, compassionate voice, and a space for them to be genuine. And during that time, I realized that I also needed to find my own path, right? And by listening to other people's problems, I was avoiding myself. And so I also had to turn within and ask the question, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And during that time, I realized in order to be an effective counselor is when I'm deeply connected to myself. And then I can when I can support my own dreams and meet my own needs and engage in self-care, then I can better support other people to do the same for themselves.
Right.
And so that's in terms of the therapy table. That would be on the individual level how we connect and engage with people. But Travis can speak to more of a systems level and on his background.
So I think my life in itself, coming from South America, moving to Canada, it was a bit of a culture shock. I was from a small village in South America, Guyana, coming to Canada. Just the amount of people in itself at the airport was a lot for me.
Yes.
I'm looking at it, the first thing I said to my mom, I remember saying is, how am I supposed to say good morning to all these people? Because the culture that I grew up in, as you see your seniors, as you see your elders, you have to greet them.
Good
you
morning,
have to say hello
good
to them. You have to say good morning. And I'm like, Mom, how am I supposed to do this? And she's like, it's okay. With time, all things can work itself out. And it quickly got really a bit difficult as we actually got into that process. Because within 2 months of me actually being in Canada, my granddad, who actually sent for us, there was a tiff at the home, and we ended up in a shelter. Living in a shelter 2 months after coming to this country where I've never seen a building over 3 or 4 stories high.
My goodness.
And I'm like, how am I supposed to navigate myself? I'm scared of the escalators. I thought when I reached the top, I was going to get sucked right all the way down to the bottom of it. Then through that whole process, navigating myself and living that experience, I said to myself, this is not what it is that I want for myself. And I continue to work with my mom and my sister, who was a really supportive individual, because being the youngest within our family, I didn't know how to navigate myself really. And being in that position, I really had to hold true to what it is that I believe in, because again, even before I came here, I lost my dad when I was 4 years old, and I was growing up with just my mom and my sister, and just again coming to another country and having to start and go through all those different trials, I had to really buckle down and say, you know what, I'm going to make something myself. And through that process, I'm glad to say that after living in a shelter, I ended up working myself to becoming a manager of a shelter.
Wow.
So in that position,
I think that's huge.
Thank you. It was really good for me because, again, I was able to sit in a seat of understanding, of empathy, and work with individuals who are new to the country and let them know that, again, even though their present state is where they're at, you don't have to worry about it. It's just happening right now. Tomorrow's another day. You can be in the same position I'm in. And so I can talk off of the lived experience and actually help them through that process.
Yes, that is special to have that type of deep empathy.
Most definitely.
And I'm sure many people relate to you, and they have a connection because of your great understanding. And sometimes I believe that we are allowed to go through these opportunities to learn. I had an incredible guest last month, and she wrote a book called Never Let a Good Disaster Go to Waste. And she really changed my perspective on, things that we consider a disaster. She said, no, it's just perspective. What it is, it's your opportunity to learn and to shift your behavior and to make a change. So sometimes these things are allowed to happen for us to be great, empathetic people. So fantastic. Fantastic. So the therapy table that you have, describe some of the services that you offer.
Yeah, so we come alongside individuals, families, and couples in their healing journey. So if they're dealing with anxiety, depression, bereavement, self-esteem issues, marital conflict, we provide counseling to support them, and we establish goals to help them work towards their relationship to achieve a better trajectory in their relationship. Mm-hmm. We also provide workshops. So we provide facilitation of parenting workshops, and we have a creative arts workshop coming up with Chico O at www.chicoo.com. And we also provide motivational speaking as well. So we have a speaking engagement coming up with Be the Change Peel.
Amazing.
And Travis with MACA, the Markham African Caribbean Canadian Association.
Yes.
So we're really excited about that. We also provide community building and engagement. So the Dufferin County Black Community Advisory Council that started last year. It's pretty grassroots and really just getting people together to work towards building capacity and for change. Whether if people are dealing with racism or their kids that have special needs mm-hmm. are not within the school system or not getting this adequate support, we help them advocate for themselves, give them the skills, the resources mm-hmm. To support where they're going or where they want their children to be.
Excellent. And tell us about Travis, the Brampton Literacy Center.
Yes, the Brampton Literacy Center is something that we started because we met. I was working at the Jane Finch Community Health Center, and I got a position at TDSB, and then I was transferred over to San Romano Way at an organization. That's where I met my wife. And through that process, we got married, we moved to Caledon, and through that process, we continued, and we got a child like about 9-10 months right into getting married. And my wife, she came to me, she said, should we start should I go back to work, or should we work on, doing what it is that we really love and what we're really passionate about? So through that process, we made the decision right then and there to not go back to work. I will continue working, and we will start something that we really love and what we really appreciate. So we started the business through that process, and to this day, it's about 7-8 years. And we now in a position where we have about 8 to 9 employees who actually go out and actually help in different capacities and working with many different individuals within the community.
Excellent. Well, very proud of you for sure. Thank you so much for what you do. Amazing. So I'm really excited because you have something that you'd like to give away. Do you want to talk about what that is? You have something special for the audience. Are you excited, audience? Something's coming.
Absolutely. So we have in these packages here, these little giveaway bags, 4 tips on mental wellness. We also have 4 relationship boosters, and we also have an ad for our upcoming creative arts workshop with Chico O regarding backpack designing. So getting parents and kids together to connect around meaningful activities, designing backpacks, but also reminding parents that they need to pack their own backpacks and what tools they need to survive from September to June, the marathon of school. So that's also in there. And we also have a free, a coupon, free 15-minute counseling, a consultation, and 15% off your first tutoring or session if your child requires that, or if you have a friend that may need that. We also have 15% off your first tutoring as well, tutoring session if you'd like to engage in those services.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Audience, are you happy? That is amazing. I like the relationship tool. That is huge. So we'll give those out to the audience. Thank you again.
Okay.
And I think there's one more. There's a gift voucher for the One Creative Arts workshop.
Yes.
All right. So there's one to give away. And anyone who can answer this first. So maybe, Roy, you can help me point out the person who answers this. And you have to be listening for this particular answer. So Travis mentioned he was born where? Andrew. There you go. So yes, he agrees. Andrew gets the prize. So we were going to gift you with Creative Arts Workshop, and Travis, you can hand that to him after. So I just want to say thank you again for everything that you're doing in the community. Thank you again for the amazing gifts. Where can people find you on social media, Shanna K?
Yes, they can find us on Instagram at Bramlit Center, also at The Therapy Table. I'm also on LinkedIn, so if you type in Shanna K. Stevens, you'll see the Brampton Literacy Center and information on the Therapy Table as well. And we're also on TikTok. So again, same social media handle at Bramlit Center.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. And just a word to the wise, Travis, if you can take us out with some wisdom. Someone who is in a very uncomfortable position where they are right now, and perhaps they're in a shelter and they're losing hope. What advice would you give them?
I would say to them, do not focus on your present state, because your present state does not determine what tomorrow brings. You might be in a position where you may think that you are down, you may think that this is the worst thing that can happen to me, but you do not know what the future actually holds. Because again, even though this might be your present state, this might be a learning experience that you can actually utilize and learn to actually aid somebody else in the future who actually would need that same support. So do not be discouraged by that. Do not be discouraged. Push forward. Continue trying to achieve your goals and continue to push forward to be who it is that you want to be.
I love that. Pearls of wisdom. Thank you so much. Shanna K, Travis Stevens, please follow them on social media. Thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.